The Chinese youth
does is stops the mouse from being afraid of the smell of cats, but the parasite will continue to the point of the mouse becoming actually sexually attracted to the smell of cat urine. By doing so, this would cause the rodent to approach areas where cats have been or move out into the open where birds of prey are. This will inevitably spark an interaction where the mouse would be eaten. From here, toxoplasmosis will go on to reproduce in its primary host if it's eaten by a cat, or just continue through the digestive system of a bird of prey. And they are excreted out via waste, which other rodents will then find and start the process all over again. But this is all predicated on eggs being eaten by the correct animal for this process to function properly. Now, where it gets complicated is when humans get involved. If you have outdoor cats, and this is just for your information, if you're pregnant or your significant other is pregnant, you should never let them scoop cat boxes, as this can make them become infected with toxoplasmosis, which could result in the child expiring. But when it comes to our regular brains, we can also be infected, and it will make us do the exact same thing. Not expire, but really like cats. People will become attracted to the scent of cat urine, or in general, just not mind it as much. This may also
tossing jump drive. There's an enemy near me. Never mind.
Round one. First countdown.
First blood, and it's not us. Wonderful.
We're already in the next ring. Good. More time to loot. I need optics for a sniper.
Attention.
Optics here.
Hero harvesters are online.
I'll take that. Throwing jump drive.
You can't escape.
Enemy over here. Forget it. Forget it. Someone's already been there.
Skin bag over there. Making contact with enemy. Broke.
Target down. Jump down it. That hurt. I'm down.
Hostile over there.
Enemy right here. Quick, here.
The enemies are shooting at me. I have been downed.
Look out, enemy here.
Someone's got a death wish. A broken enemy shield. That one's down. Enemy reviving over there. Look out.
Target here. I have eyes on the enemy. Target here.
Reloading.
also make a person start hoarding cats, which may be the crazy cat lady down the street. Legitimately, the person may actually have parasites in their brain altering their behavior. And if you think you're safe, guess again. I know, I'm just hitting you with all the worst facts today. In the US, 11% of the population has been infected at some point 6 years and older, and in the world, this is as high as 60%. So it's an incredibly common parasitic infection, mainly because of our love for cats, but your body typically clears it on its own without too much detriment. Now, as a single-celled organism, it's much much easier to move into a host effective. In the blood, likely the parasite is single-celled, floating around the body, or a very, very small multicellular organism. But after a few days has passed and the person continues eating and fueling the new growths, they will likely turn into the larval worms. Here, they will enter the lungs, likely chewing their way through the tissue into the alveolar sacs, as these are easily accessible from the circulatory system, and then further up into the bronchi, and then lie in wait. As they continue to grow and amass in the lungs, this would cause the host to begin coughing up blood, as, well, now there's holes in their lung tissue. From here, things rapidly progress. As the person begins feeling unwell, their drive to eat would still be rather high, likely by the other smaller forms of the parasite within the bloodstream, ransacking nutrition and growing. But also, the larval worms within the lungs are doing the same thing. This would inspire the host to eat more and more to fuel them, growing the parasite faster. Eventually, this continued growth would annoy the lung tissue to the point that coughing would become pretty standard, ejecting more of the parasite. However, the parasite isn't like a virus or bacteria. It cannot just be sprayed out and drift through the air. Direct contact with bodily fluid is necessary for its propagation. Because of this, there likely must be some sort of trigger shortly after the seizure process where it infects others. So what it looks like to me is when the seizure happens, that's when the worm is officially in a larger control of the mind, or at least the body, as either the multicellular parasites have either bypassed the blood-brain barrier
Monster landed near me.
I need optics for a pistol.
We're in the ring, which means they're coming to us.
First blood. FNGs always go first.
Looks like that's been looted. Enemy over here.
Evo harvesters are now available.
Cracked an enemy shield. Enemy.
Those are making me feel good. So I can guess one second.
Reloading. They're shooting at me. Reloading. We're up.
Get ready to recharge.
Someone's gonna die. I cracked the skin suit's shield.
Evac tower. I've sharpened my claws with that new upgrade.
That was the whole smoke on the smoke.
Using a med kit.
Delivering care package.
Care package incoming. Let's get to the LZ. Healing. Watch my back.
We're spread out. Recharging shields.
Eyes up. Taking a knee. Patching up.
No escape. We should check out over there.
Evac tower.
Found extra supplies here. Arm up. Optics here. Mid-range. Always better than iron sights.
Open up shop and shut them down. You don't deserve my help, demon. My favorite kind of loot. The kind that's all mine.
Could be fresh blood over there.
Solid copy.
Jump drive in position. Healing.
New kill leader appointed.
We have a new kill leader. I can't wait to meet them. Jump drive in position. Extra treasures here. You're welcome. Shield battery here.
Fresh blood over there.
Open up shop and shut them down.
We should check out over there. Can't escape.
Nice choice. Good taste. Beleza. Another beautiful piece. Fire. Someone's been here. Not worth my time. I see an enemy over there.
Found extra supplies here. Arm up.
There's an enemy near me.
Lovely.
Took care of that one.
Not bad.
Another squad attacking. The shadows. No escape. Recharging shields. Using a med kit.
Beginning ring countdown.
I see an enemy.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Top of the
Attention.
chimney.
Delivering replicator.
Reloading.
Replicator incoming. Sending to the evac tower.
Get over here. Spotting target.
Cracking enemy shield. Reloading.
Reloading. Tango down. Spotted. Double timing it. Taking fire. Enemy spotted. Spotted. Double timing it. My shields are recharge.
Watch out, enemy there.
Already on my mark. Firing for effect.
We've got a long way to go.
Contact.
45 seconds. Throwing jump drive.
On my marker.
Freshening up with a Phoenix kit.
Oh.
Enemy right here. One of them's right here.
No, there's just so many teams, bro. every fight we take today. It's
Enter
just
the cerebral
millions.
spinal fluid or enter the brain in some sort of capacity, or there is the adult version of the parasite on the body that has begun knocking the host out of conscious commission, which I believe really it's probably a combination of all three. There's a reason for this, but to get there, we must first wrap up its second stage of the life cycle. When the seizure stage has happened, the body is now under control of the parasite. As this happens, the younger larval forms in the lungs are primed and ready to rock. Upon finding another person who is uninfected, a spasm in the diaphragm and contraction of the intercostal muscles would take place, pushing air out more forcibly than normal from the lungs. And this would bring up with it blood and worms. These adolescent worms will then crawl either into the eyes of the person or have already entered the mouth, infecting them. But we can also assume, considering there is blood in the lungs and the more multicellular small forms that are in the blood, likely the blood itself does also have the parasite. Now, where does this violent spasm come from? Well, getting to the adult stage, we actually see what's happening concerning this parasite, or at least its late stage. After entering the body, the parasite will continue to grow within that body, likely contained within the blood that was spit on by the person. Smaller versions of the parasite also exist in the bloodstream, as said. It appears as though one dominant adult, however, would take control or a larger control of the body. Moving around to the back of the neck, just above the thoracic vertebrae and at the bottom of the cervical vertebrae, the parasite will sit and continue to grow. It seems at this point it will begin tapping into the spinal cord itself, where everything at this point goes wrong. Interacting with the spinal cord, at first it can control the body in some ways, but the host will still resist the input of the parasite if the emotional bond with another is strong enough, such as with Stacy and Emma. However, should the emotional bond just not be there, such as with Stacy and CJ, parasite can override what the host wants to do, forcing them to eat anything if they haven't eaten in a while, leading to things like cannibalism. When it comes to infecting others, the parasite would be able to manipulate
I see someone over there.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Taking fire! We're recharging shield. Target over there.
Fire.
Reloading.
Reloading. Deploying me knuckle cluster. Here comes the old knuckle cluster.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online.
Tossing thermite. Tossing thermite. Thermite out. First blood already. And that's what happens when you get too excited. Get ready. There's an enemy close by. That's an enemy shield. Reloading.
Broke that enemy shield. Reload. Using grapple. Took out an enemy.
Enemy here.
Warning. In progress.
I spy an enemy.
Already inside the ring, fellas. Next round's on me.
Reloading. Whole squad down. Now, let's see what they left us.
Good job.
Target there. I've leveled up and upgraded weapons. Sharpened my claws with that new upgrade. I cracked the enemy shield. Damn it, that hurt. I'm down. Enemy here.
the spinal cord via likely pressure, causing a massive contraction of the diaphragm and again intercostal muscles, and I believe this shows the parasite to some degree does have control over that spinal cord function. Now, before getting too far ahead, I can hear you saying, Oh, Roanoke, why isn't the body actually doing something about this? Well, let's discuss my favorite topic to ruin everyone's day. So we actually need parasites, it turns out. There is evidence to suggest that allergies in the first world countries are becoming worse because we lack parasites in our diet. Parasites are known to have calming effects on our immune systems, and without them, our immune systems can become overactive. And that's the key point. They can literally calm our immune systems in some capacity to not attack them as readily. I believe this particular parasite is most definitely lulling our immune systems into a more docile state. But even if it's not, something you need to know about parasites are our bodies are really not that adept at dealing with them. Regularly, parasites completely sidestep our immune system as they are just faster than our eosinophils and neutrophils, or when it comes down to our neutrophils, they could just completely rip them apart, such as with Naegleria fowleri. The point is, parasites are just jerks, but we need them for the time being until we learn how to take the effects that parasites have on our bodies and create something that we don't need the parasites for, but will still allow our bodies to exist as such. So, moving on. The typical input by the adult parasite, though, is to find the uninfected and spit on them, infecting them with their young. So we see when Stacy takes the parasite out of her neck, the adult was several feet in length, or roughly about 1 meter. This would be wrapped around her brainstem and spinal cord, and likely also go up into her skull in some capacity, but also up into her eustachian tubes, which run to drain your ears. So ripping that out of your neck, if it's wrapped around all that stuff, oh, that's gotta be bad. But using the eustachian tubes is interesting as it can actually enter the middle ear and reside here, waiting for sound to be picked up, which it can use to hunt. We see the adult does not have full access to the brain or an understanding of what signals mean concerning chemoelectric signals from neuron to neuron, as the eyes are just virtually never used. In fact,
I couldn't leave so many treasures behind.
Can't keep a hard bloke down.
Extra treasures here. You're welcome. Thank you, beautiful. I know this place would be dull without me.
Got us a new kill leader. Wouldn't mind saying good day to him. Ha! Champ's out of commish. Using grapple.
Enemy there. Enemy over there. Don't let them see you.
Let's explore this way.
Jump drive out. There's someone over. Forget it. Someone's already been there. I see an enemy over there. Enemy there. Shoot him. Cracked an enemy shield.
Next round's on using grapple.
Target there.
The enemies are shooting at me.
Being delivered.
Replicator in. Giving my shields a recharge.
Severe damage. Serving him a knuckle sandwich.
Launching me knuckle cluster.
Reloading. Recharging shields.
Recharging shield.
Enemy there. Enemy shield. I cracked an enemy shield.
Reloading.
Reloading. Precious. I see an enemy. I see an enemy.
Reloading.
Watch out. Enemy there.
Fly on the zip line. I am.
Recharging my shield.
Cracked an enemy shield.
Broke that enemy shield. They're shooting at me.
Reloading.
Recharging.
I am taking fire, friends.
Broke that enemy shield.
Enemy
Taking fire.
Winding up a cluster.
That hurt. I'm down. Toasted. It's tough, but that's the game. And I love this game.
We should go this way. Reloading.
Warning. Ring movement in progress.
Let's move that way.
The host is rendered blind late in the infection process, which we will discuss why that is. But we see with Evan's stepdad that his eyes have completely glazed over, and we hear Stacy talk about how she feels the parasites behind her eyes. Well, this is proof to me that the multicellular, smaller version of the parasite are still all over the body and in the brain, altering the behavior, even though she is infected with an adult who seems to be controlling things from her neck. So the point of this is, removing the parasite did very little besides removing one point of control. But considering what comes out of Stacy's mouth later, other adult parasites would have likely been able to take its place after removal, they just hadn't gotten there yet. Once detecting a noise using the mechanical sensory information provided by the inner ears of humans, the parasite exits the ears and starts clicking. This would appear to be a form of echolocation. However, if you don't move, then there is no new information to display your location. With the eyes virtually destroyed by the parasite, likely crowding it, and with too many nutrients being taken from the eyes, this can lead to tissue destruction, and that means the worm itself has to use your body in order to hunt, but must use this. That can change in the lesions formed in the amygdala in mice. They can completely change everything they know concerning survival. Once infected with this parasite and viral, these lesions would show up slowly at first due to the parasites actually in the bloodstream that have now moved into the brain. Once here, this would induce hunger, which means likely these lesions would first form in the hypothalamus. As the hunger continued and the parasite was released,
Contact with target. Let's go this way.
Keeping a thermite.
eco mode, and you would just kind of turn into an animal driven by hunger.
Double button round.
Let's move this way.
On your feet.
Recharging shields.
Deploying knuckle cluster. Look out, Joker. I leveled up. I'm down.
Enemy shield. Wow, looks like that was the last one of the squad. Be careful. EMP incoming. I am taking some damage. They're dropping a replicator. Ready to fly on a zip line. I am. Giving my shields a recharge. Just a minute until the ring closes.
You take in is being used to fuel the parasite, which in turn would cause more ghrelin, or the hunger hormone, to be released to keep telling you that you're starving. At this point, once controlled, what I find most interesting is not so much how it controls you, which, I mean, that still is pretty cool, as it's literally pulling on your spinal cord like a puppet string to just move you around while your brain slowly withers and becomes more animalistic, leading to less and less resistance from your conscious being, but also how the parasite interacts with one another. It seems that there is a familial bond amongst the parasites, as they will return back to a central nest of whoever started the infection. Its original helminth is the one who oversees the entire process of infection, as they all answer locally to her, making the species eusocial, much like ants are. New queen, or it could even be a king, we don't really know, would go out, leaving the old nest behind and begin forming its own colony. In this case, however, rather than just moving dirt and laying eggs, humans are the ones that are essentially the colony. Being that they are social, this helminth would needed to have actually changed from its typical behavior that we could expect from parasites into something totally different. However, as the adults grow and continue to take over the body, they too will increase in size, compelling the host to turn to the original progenitor of their nest. Once there, the parasite will exit out of the mouth or ears and enter the mouth of the original host, where the worms could communicate with one another. Now, what are they saying? Well, it's hard to tell, really. Information could be relayed about potential new prey, general health of the bodies that they are in, if it's time to just move on to another area for more food, things such as that. Which, considering the whole neighborhood at this point is infected, I would like to point out, did you notice that there were two houses with a collection of people, meaning that possibly a new queen or king may have already been created and set up as second infection process in the area, meaning that they too would leave on their own fairly soon. So we finally arrived at my last point that I would like to cover. Judging by what we see, how these worms affect human behavior, their life cycles, and what they literally look like. What sort of parasite are they then? Well, it's clear to me that, as I've already said, they're a helminth parasite. They're essentially worms, and in this case, I would be hesitant to say that they're a roundworm and are more likely a flatworm. Because of this, I believe that they are actually related in some capacity to a tapeworm. Now, there are some things that would need to happen for this to function correctly. The first is, tapeworms are not actually all that friendly if you didn't know. When another tapeworm is in the body, they will compete and attempt to get rid of it. They will also try to oust different species of parasites as well. Basically, they are incredibly greedy for the body's resources. For this species to work properly, they would need to become a much more social species, which after hundreds of thousands of years of living in our guts, that may be possible should enough of an interaction happen. But just know this, tapeworms will actively sabotage one another if they get in the way. Potentially the ones that broke off from the standard tapeworm family were ones that were successful
Are doing what even the US cannot do. They've launched a movement that could destroy China's economy.
There is an undercurrent of dissatisfaction brewing among the young in China. A new phenomenon called Bailan, meaning let it rot.
It's a rebellion so unique that the CCP can't even suppress this movement like it generally does.
Police flooded the streets to crush a remarkable uprising in major Chinese cities.
In Shanghai, the country's biggest city, police arrested protesters, dragging them away.
In fact, this non-violent movement could turn
Attention. First blood kill leader.
First blood. Prepare for new kill leader.
Beginning ring countdown.
We're not all in the ring. That's how you get extended energy mag here. Level 1.
Using grapple.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online.
That hurt. I'm down. You were all sizzle and no steak.
Warning. Ring closing. Care package being delivered.
Care package on high. Favor from the gods.
care package over there. So deadly for the Chinese economy.
recharge my shields. Only the two of us.
I hurt them. Fire. Reloading. Enemy that way.
Let's go this way.
Throwing jump drive.
Marking.
Another squad's attacking.
Our adrenaline fight is not over.
A new level and an upgrade to choose. Beautiful. Ah, what a lovely new upgrade. Jump drive in position.
Marking our surroundings. At least to our enemy.
Recharging
Let us
shields.
follow it.
Recharging shields.
Target spotted.
Hold on, I need to heal. Shooting. Reloading. Recharging.
Taking damage. Taking a moment.
Round 2.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Reloading. I cracked an enemy shield.
Calling upon thee.
Look out! Enemy here. Never mind.
A trail to encompass us.
Cracked an enemy. Target over there.
Taking a moment to
The enemies are shooting at me. I'm repairing myself.
recharging. Damage upon me. Broken. Right here.
Enemy down. Target here.
Reloading. Marking our surroundings. Found a hostile on Scotty.
Fire, friends.
I cracked an unscotty shield.
We killed the last member. Good work, team.
We've got a long way to go and a minute to do it. Let's go. Come on. We've got...
Using grapple.
Taking a moment to recharge my shield.
Recharging my shields.
I've located enemy positions. They should be on your map. Get ready. It's zipline time. I am repairing myself.
Marking our surroundings. The ring is moving polite.
Recharging shields. Jump drive in position.
I spotted our enemy. Check your maps to see.
Hold on, I need to heal.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Care package on high.
Hop up here. Hammer point.
Target spotted. Jump pad over there. Let's go this way.
Jump ready in position.
I am repairing myself.
Marking our surroundings.
I'm crafting.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 4. Only the best for my friend. Enemy here. Beautiful. We have a replicator coming in. Nice, leveled up.
Marking our surroundings.
Upgrade chosen. If only I could have taken both.
The ring is close.
Recharging shields. Enemy that way.
The ring is close.
Enemy that way. Actually, no.
I grabbed an Scottish shield. Enemy spotted.
Looks like that champion was all.
There is another squad. They are attacking. Marking our surroundings. Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
We've got 30 seconds to get to the next ring. If you go down, I'm not carrying you.
Half the squads remain.
Crack the enemy shield. Hit him! Reloading.
Marking our surroundings.
Reloading.
We're all outside the ring. The wall of death is coming our way.
Care package on.
Setting up a zip line.
Cracked an enemy shield. Taking. I cracked an enemy shield. Recharging my shields.
Calling upon your strength. I used one of them.
I have been down. Oh, contact hostile.
Reloading.
Grenade, watch out.
I'm taking fire.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you approached the werewolves living on Solstheim while being a werewolf yourself? Here's what they say.
This is one of the worst torture methods in human history. The torture commences with the immobilization of the victim, laying them prone and exposing them to a state of utter defenselessness in the presence of a goat. The victim's feet are drenched in a saline solution, making the skin prone to damage as it softens. Prompted by hunger and discomfort, the goat is led to the salt-coated soles of the victim, where it employs its coarse tongue in a harsh, licking action. The torment is twofold. The skin, made vulnerable by the saline immersion, is relentlessly abraded by the goat's abrasive tongue, leading to extraordinary pain for the sufferer. Persistent licking eventually strips away the skin in layers, leaving nerve endings bare and vastly amplifying the agony experienced. As the procedure drags on, the raw, exposed flesh is subject to infection, resulting in excruciating pain and opening the door. This is one of the worst torture methods in
Enemy here.
Attention. First blood.
First blood. Gotta be
I see
someone.
an enemy over there. I cracked an enemy shield.
Getting shot at. Hostile right here. Going to face.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
The next ring's far. Come on, loot as you go. Shattered an enemy shield. There's another squad on us.
The ring's closing in a minute. We're not close. Broken enemy close. Reloading.
Evo harvesters are
Don't
now
drive set.
available.
Far ring. Getting shot at. Enemy down. Need lead. I'm down. Need a medic. New kill leader. If they're getting cocky, they're getting sloppy. Downed another.
Just us now. I hope I can count on you.
Reloading.
Enemy over there. I wonder what they found. Recharge.
Getting shot at. Enemy shield broken. Reload. Whole squad's down.
I looted our teammate's banner. Enemy that way.
Let's go this way. Reloading. Patching myself up.
Grenade! Damn it, that hurt.
I got shit to do anyway. I'm gonna go get my car fixed.
Your team let you down, Bra.
You're so proud of being a mutant. Where's your mark?
I have been marked once, my dear, and let me assure you, no needle shall ever touch my skin again.
You know who you're talking to? Do you? Back off.
And what can you do? So, you have talents.
That and more. I know you control metal, and I know there's 87 mutants in here, none of them above a class 3, other than you two.
You can sense other mutants and their powers. Could you locate one for me?
Let me out of here! I demand that you release me. Do you know who I am? I'm the President of the United States.
Oh, Mr. President. Shut up.
Why are you doing this to me? Let me down. I'll be a good girl. Please let me go. Please.
Keep it up. I'll spray you in the face.
When I get out of here, I'm gonna kill you myself.
Yeah, right.
You're so proud of being a mutant.
Have you been drinking?
I beg your pardon?
Do you smell... I smell alcohol.
Where the hell do you get off accusing me of something like that?
George, you're out of line. You know, there are rules for a reason. There's a 2-year-old girl on this table.
I don't need some punk intern telling me what's at stake here. Get him out of here, Shep.
Taylor, her anesthesia is awful light. Come on, Taylor, she's waking up.
Dr. Taylor. He's asleep.
Taylor! Dr. Taylor!
Oh, God. Sorry. I'm on it.
He was right, wasn't he?
I nodded off. Come on.
Yeah, whatever you gotta do to get through the day, right?
Steph, get me some coffee.
Yes, doctor.
I'll be fine. It won't happen again.
Yeah, not in here, it won't. Steph, call Dr. Pennington. Hopkins, take over until she gets here. Get out of here and get it together.
Have you been drinking?
All right, I got 2 rounds in the gun, 1 in the chamber, 1 in the mag. Targets are at 25 yards. That first round, I'm gonna rack it into the sky. Second round, hit the target. Catch the round back in the gun, send it home, smack the target. Coming for you, big dog. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Copenhagen. No, I'm just kidding. They're not sponsoring me yet, but they will.
Here's every weird crime and punishment from the Aztec Empire. 1. Murder. The Aztecs didn't have prisons. Murderers, however, would be burnt on a bonfire until they were nearly dead. Then they'd have their still beating heart cut out of their chest. 2. Drunken.
This German lighter is from the 1930s, but it still has a pretty ballsy flame.
Couple of jiggers of moonlight and add a star, pour in the blue of a June night and 1 guitar. Mix in a couple of dreamers and there you are. Lovers hail the moonlight cocktail. Now add a couple of flowers, a drop of dew. Stir for a couple of hours till dreams come true. As to the number of kisses, it's up to you.
This German lighter.
Sliding down Europe's most immersive racing water slide. Miramar Water Park, Germany.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Two riders race each other for over 795 feet, featuring immersive LED lighting. The slide features an electronic time.
The day the Queen fought a xenomorph king. The rogue xenomorph king is a chimeric alien created in a laboratory by Ernst Klein during Project Chimera to replace the xenomorph queens and create a more powerful and useful monster. This creature was also intended to be more docile and obedient to humans, but in the end, the opposite happened. Due to his kingly qualities, the xenomorph king perceives all beings as threats to his supremacy and is capable of slaughtering all xenomorphs in his path if they do not submit to him. It is noted that this king has a high concentration of human genes, which is the sole reason for his survival, knowing that all other hybridization attempts without human genes have failed. Additionally, he ignores most humans who do not pose a threat to him, which greatly differentiates him from his xenomorph counterparts. Eventually, this king confronts a xenomorph queen after having massacred her elite guards, and he dominates most of the battle, only to be ultimately defeated by the queen. Although the rogue xenomorph king is larger and more powerful, his lack of speed and natural intelligence are the sole reasons for his defeat. The day the queen...
Everyone in the church, put your hands up now or you're gonna get smoked! Yeah. Anyone want to venture the guess at why we're here and why I'm angry?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, please don't.
Oh!
Tell me
Okay.
why.
Where's Ben?
Talk about.
No! Oh, we got another one joining us today. Oh, here we go.
Who's this?
Betty, you are gonna stand right in front of the altar.
Alright.
Tell me what you did.
Alright.
Say it to your God, don't lie.
Father, who art in heaven.
I said say it, don't fucking pray. What did you do? You see, people in your own fucking organization told us that you told the green armband cunts to come back and shoot my fucking men. You want to tell me about that? That's
But she
great.
didn't.
I don't remember asking for your fucking opinion. Oh, shut your fucking trap. Look, I think we're building up to this too much. Oh!
That's bad.
What's the fuck up there? Everyone in the church, put your...
Hi, since you towed the car, we've been sleeping in it. Where the hell am I?
Yeah, I went into the car and took a video too, and you weren't. Where were you?
I was in the back of the... I was in the back. I just woke up. No lie. You just towed me here.
I'm Shadov, Minister of Coal Industries.
We've got a German World War II helmet, an American World War II helmet. We've got a German World War... Straight through the front, out the other side. All right, onto the German World War II helmet. All right, so this one glanced off the side. I'm gonna try one more, try to hit it dead center and see what happens. Shot number 2 on the German helmet, and it glanced off. All right, onto the Japanese military helmet. All right, here's our Japanese helmet. We went in through the front. It did not go all the way through. This was the hole from when he was wearing the American helmet. This is like the crack from the Japanese helmet. We've got a German...
Wait a minute. I think you should not consider the secret military base as a potential base. Located towards the very southwest of the Build 41 map, you can find a secret military base. While it might arguably score high in the something different category, the place scores abysmally in almost every other metric I consider. Most importantly, the location must be tied in last place for the worst possible road access. Even on day 1, getting to and from the base is a rough ride. Once the trees start growing in, it is essentially impossible to make the trip except by foot through miles and miles of zombie-infested woods. And boy are they infested. The woods around the facility are downtown Louisville levels of hot. Aside from a small armory and a chance for some good bags on wandering military types, the place is surprisingly poor for loot. If you want to fortify the front gate and then grow cabbages till the end of time, the location is functional, but no better than a dozen other choices. For a permanent base, it has little to recommend it. This is why I think
the real reason Titans eat humans in Attack on Titan will blow your mind. From the very beginning of the series, the threat of the Titans was a horrifying reality the people of Paradis had to face every day. This was because these nightmarish humanoid creatures would ravenously devour humans the moment they locked eyes on them. You would assume they did this because they're simply hungry and humans are easier to catch and more filling than faster animals. Simple enough. Well, with the groundbreaking revelation that came later in the series, that every Titan we've seen up until that point was at one time a normal Eldian human that was forced into becoming a monstrous Titan, this whole concept gets flipped on its head. See, in reality, Titans don't even need to consume humans to survive at all. The reason they endlessly seek to devour humans is due to a primal instinct that drives them to do so. The reason being that consuming humans could bring the very off chance that one of the humans they consume is a Titan shifter, allowing them to become human again, like in the case of Ymir becoming the Jaw Titan. The real reason Titans eat humans in Attack on Titan will blow your mind. From the very beginning of the series, the threat of the Titans was a horror.
This new anime voice actor is going viral for a hilarious reason.
Good morning, my brother.
Wakana Maruoka has only played a total of 8 roles in her voice acting career, starting in 2022 as Irina in an isekai that had great intentions but fell off hard. But her new role as Yuki in Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian is absolutely peak. Her incredible inflection sounded like a dirty old man to her brother to a sophisticated woman of class. As a member of the student council, made me fall off my chair. This new anime voice actor is going viral for a hilarious